Hi guys, I'm Shmee, hello, and welcome back to the channel where you join me back at my friend GerCollector's amazing garage, and that means reunited with my McLaren Senna. I left the car out here about a month or so ago. It's been resident in the garage ahead of some pretty epic stuff over the next couple of days. But back here with all of the cars, the SVJ, you might remember I took over to Novatech and it now sounds mental, and today we're actually going to take out both of the Sennas together to go for a double Senna dinner drive. We figured with the two cars sitting here side by side, why not? It would be criminal almost not to enjoy them together. We've talked about it for such a long time. So today, with a bit of a diversion down the German Autobahn, we're going to take both cars over. First though, I need to give you a bit of an update about the various Shmeemobiles and currently what is where. It's all very confusing at the moment, but I've driven here to GerCollector's garage in the SLS AMG Black Series, which I had previously in Stuttgart. I also had there, though, the McLaren 675 LT Spider, which is actually now back in the UK. In fact, my friend Joe Achilles came out. He's driven that car back to London, the end of the legs for that. I did about 5,000 kilometers, around 3,000 miles with it, and he's parked it up in the storage with the other Shmeemobiles. So as well as the SLS, we also have here, but upstairs at the moment, the BMW M8, which was driven out by Schmark 150 a week or so ago. I had said that was going to be the plan, and of course we also have the Senna. Now we're going to be taking the Senna, the SLS Black and the M8 on a big drive tour over the next couple of days to an event that is going to absolutely blow the mind and be off the scale ridiculous. Before that though, I figured while we were here it would be criminal not to take both Sennas out, given we've talked about it quite so much. My car's been here now, well, I think for about a month. It's been pulled out for a couple of photos and I just unplugged all of the trickle chargers from both cars, so they're ready to go in just a moment. But the cool thing about these two side by side is how they have almost the inverse color schemes. The GerCollector Senna, which is actually number 150, has the Abyss black paintwork, which you can see has the blue metallic flake in it, and then of course with the bright blue accents, whereas mine is the bright MSO cerulean blue with the dark navy blue accents, the inverse, the opposite color schemes. So we'll take both of those out in a moment. But when I brought this car out, I brought it in the trailer behind the G63, having gone via the Nurburgring on the way. But rather than going back empty, I then took this car, the Aventador SVJ Roadster, over to Novatech, where it has now been upgraded and it sounds mental. So I can hear the others arriving, which means we will need to take this out in just a second. We've got the cars in race mode at the moment. We'll have to pop them up, I think, to go out on the roads. But we're going to take the two cars for the dinner drive, as I called it. This is going to be pretty epic, with a diversion taking these to the Autobahn. It is time to go, so let's get my car started. We'll take this up the lift first. Always a crazy place inside the Senna, but I got quite used to the swing that you need to do and then pull down the door along with you. So I will need to take it out of race mode. The Odo is going to be climbing a lot very soon. We'll just start it. It's going to let me know that we're in race mode. We'll actually want to take it out of race mode, but let's start it up first. Straight away, perfect, exactly what we like. Yes, here we go. Active to cancel out of race mode, just takes a moment. All the suspension basically lifts up, you can see at the bottom, and it puts ESC back into road settings and that kind of thing, and sets the wing and does all of that calibration. Basically what you need to drive the car on the road over to dinner. Give it a moment, we'll head into the lift and then we will head up. It's into the evening, but we're heading out to the Autobahn, and look in front, the GerCollector Senna, and of course the view from behind is now with two of these, which is, I mean, it's just something totally ridiculous. And I feel, do you know what, getting back in this car every time, and yes, I did a few laps recently at the Nurburgring with it, but getting back into this car is instantly just like some rocket ship. I mean, just look at the size of that wing. It's not right on a road car, and all of the crazy aero and bodywork and everything about it is just plain and simple mental. Now, I'm hoping it's going to A, stay dry, and B, not be too busy, but it is kind of holiday time and everybody's out on the roads, and unfortunately that's a disaster for having fun on the Autobahn. What I am going to do though, we've got a little bit of temperature into it here, is enable our active dynamics, ESC into dynamic. We have sport and sport on the toggles, and just, you know, ease back into it to get a little bit more used to this car again. The power it has. I should also point out, by the way, if you take a quick look in the mirror, you'll spot behind a satin black AMG GTR, which is the satin crew. I think we've got a Viper behind as well, but for a little drive with some friends, with the double Sennas, and a pink limo, you know, star on the number plate. first real time having this car on the Autobahn. Like since it's been properly run in and good to go, but the numbers, I'm not full throttle. Now I'm full throttle. This is mental quick. This is absolutely mental quick. I'm not into fifth gear. That's 280. What? This is mind-boggling. Unfortunately, empty middle lanes, but we're blocked at the moment. Wow, 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 wow. I think it's our turn to have the other car go past, so I'm actually going to pull over to the right, let him go. Check this out, look at your left now. Coming through. McLaren Senna. Wow. If this isn't a cool drive to dinner, I don't know what is. Absurd. 300 and I'm going to ease off a little bit. This car is silly. This car is totally silly. Wowzers, 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 wowzers. And this is where I should point out that I'm really low on fuel. Look at this. 10 kilometers empty on the bottom right. Maybe we need to take it a little bit more easily, otherwise this could be a problem. In fact, we do have a fuel station in front and I'm probably going to need to bail into it. Didn't really plan for that one. We are heading back onto the Autobahn and I haven't yet got a tank of fuel. Slightly concerned is probably an understatement because de-restricting Autobahn with no fuel is, well, too hard to resist, but a little bit concerning. Because I have to make it both to our destination and to getting a full tank of fuel afterwards. Now McLarens do overwarn you a little bit, so 50-50, we might be okay. It's a little bit concerning. Just a little bit concerning right now. This is absolutely just insanely quick. I mean, look at that. That is 330 and hard on the brakes. 330 kilometers per hour. That's 205 miles per hour. And it does it that quickly. It's the quickest I've ever driven this car. The quickest I've ever driven this car by miles. Oh, my heart is pounding. Hey, we've got a fellow Brit. And yes, a yellow number plate sitting in the left lane. Always is the case, whether it's Brits or it's cars from the Netherlands, always the same. Not that that's anything wrong, you know, rules of the road, you're allowed to keep left, be on the left if you're overtaking. So I am now going to pull in, and I guess we're going to have a set of flyby in just a moment. Wow. And the GTR, for good measure. Wow, wow, wow. Oh, takes some proper concentration, because the thing with driving this car is, it's race car, like right now, it picks a track in the road, a small rut, and basically grabs and pulls at it because of how aggressively it's set up, how aggressively the geometry of the car is. One more, gotta be done. Okay, I really need to resist putting my foot down, or I'm at risk of a problem. I don't want to run out of fuel in the Senna. Okay. Some common sense is going to need to take priority now. It's just got a permanent message on the dash. Fuel level low, refill
then, this is where we're coming, L'Osteria. Great guys here, actually. Not the first time we've been, causing some chaos. Right, lift system up. Thank you to the VW man just for waiting 1 second. I guess he's going to have to come through. I'm not quite sure how we're going to work this, because there's actually a car coming out of the driveway. We've caused absolute carnage. But yeah, this is not going to work until he's come out. And when he's come out, we'll be able to squeeze in. But until then, we're all a little bit stuck here. Oh dear. And now there's a bus coming as well, which is not what I wanted. I'm definitely going to go for the bus because of this carnage. Thank you, guys. Okay, lift system was up, all is good. Now we can put it back down. Takes a bit of working out, this one. But yeah, if you were here and these two cars roll in, it's a bit like, what on earth? So where are we going to? We've got somewhere we can park up just around here. Yeah, perfect. The two cars side by side, just what we needed. We've got a nice big reversing camera on the dashboard. It's actually pretty good in this car. Just make sure I get this right. So, and just like that, I'm backing up to the Corvette. Beep, 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 beep. Stop, out of fuel, off. Preserve fuel as much as possible. Let's jump out and get some dinner.
The light is quickly going down, but we've had a bit of a shuffle around and we have some pizzas because, you know, this is what Senna wings are for, right? Nothing to do with downforce when you're driving fast around a racetrack. It is a picnic table, a perfect height to eat your pizza. I've got ham, I think we've got pepperoni over here on the GerCollector car, and the two parked side by side right outside L'Osteria. Awesome guys here, and yes, just a bit of fun really. Great way to end a bit of a drive. Now to go in, I think we'll have some proper food, some good pizza, and chill out a little bit as well, because this is quite an intense drive, as you can probably tell from how fidgety I am right now, but nonetheless, epic fun. And I told you that Schmark had driven out with the M8. He's just driven over as well. The car looking very subtle in its Oxford green under the darkening light, but of course it makes much more sense to have the left-hand drive car out here for the adventures ahead, and it is currently sandwiched between the Satin Cruise AMG GTR and a Satin AMG C63S saloon as well, plus the Corvette and the TTRS and the Sennas just tucked in there. But it is time to go in and have a quick little break. A very nice dinner has been had. The slide back into the car, and of course the first destination, the other Senna just started, is to the fuel station. So that's literally across the road. Behind there you can't quite see. This is going to be the car chiming at me to tell me that it's a bit thirsty. Yes, fuel level low, fuel refill required. So we'll go around the corner, get this filled up, and then back on the road, watching out. Look at that, Senna in the rear view mirror, or actually the rear view camera I should say. How cool is that? Awesome stuff. Right, let's go. Out we roll. M8 over the shoulder. I think that's going to be driving with us. We need the lift system back up. This thing is obviously just stupid to drive around in a normal real world environment. So just out here, that was literally the shortest ever drive to a fuel station. And then we have some super plus noises of the seatbelt harnesses. Got to remember, in this car it is on the left, so which one of these pumps can we use? Oh, pump. Let's come here. Senna and Senna. Right, super plus, that will do just fine. Good. Okay, that was not 121.1 kilometers on a tank. Look at the M8, actually under the lights, that looks really nice. Lovely stuff. Right, okay, door button up here. Pop it, back in a sec. The GerCollector Senna has departed already. We're following the M8. To be honest, the M8 is already on it. He obviously has MX drive, four-wheel drive, so we'll take it a little bit easy while the trofeoirs get back towards temperatures, but Autobahn. Yeah. Drama or what in this car? Pitch dark. So we make our way back to base. There we have it, back in the garage. One more night, my Senna will be residing here alongside GerCollector Senna in the fantastic GerCollection with all of the other cars and the bikes. A great place to visit each and every time, and still some more fun to come with the SBJ Roadster and also with that very nice GT2 RS as well. Tomorrow though, we will be embarking on an adventure with the Senna, with the SLS Black Series, and with the M8 as well. The SLS and the M8 will be driven by Schmark and by Benzene Ben. I will be driving the Senna. We've got some Autobahns, then we've got some mountain passes, and then something pretty cool awaits us at the other end, which I'm very much looking forward to sharing as well. For the time being, a huge thanks to GerCollector for looking after my car since I dropped it off here with the G63. Everything has worked out perfectly, despite the fears of travel restrictions and what could or couldn't have happened. And tonight, we got the cars out on the road together for the first time, the double Senna drive, a blast on the Autobahn, to dinner, to 330 kilometers an hour, 205 miles per hour, to go and get a pizza. That's ridiculous. This car, both of these cars, are fantastic machines. And actually right now, I think GerCollector's is down in race mode. Yes, you can see the difference. This is in race mode, tyres right in there. Mine is in normal ride height, and you can see what difference about 3.5 centimeters makes when you pop it down into race mode. But this is all set, ready to go tomorrow, obviously with no luggage space. That's the ultimate luggage support car, and then the M8 is the luggage support car, I guess, technically, something like that. For now though, a huge thanks to GerCollector again. This has been a fantastic evening, great people, great cars, awesome. Love it. Anyway, thank you very much for watching as well, guys. I appreciate your support an awful lot, but that is it for this time. Some epic stuff is coming, and I'll see you then. Cheers.